Here we go!
Hey guys, Circle here. This is the first in a series of Minecraft modding tutorials in which I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make items, blocks, entities, and possibly a few other more unique features. I'm also going to be going over some of the basics of programming, so for anybody who doesn't know how to program yet, they should hopefully be able to follow this tutorial. First thing you're going to need to do to start programming with Java is you're going to need to download the Java Development Kit. The current version I've got installed is JDK7, but I would suggest downloading the Kit 8 kit. So once you've downloaded the Java Development Kit, you're going to want to go to the Minecraft Forge website to download the appropriate version of Forge. We're currently going to be using the recommended version for 1.8, but if you want to program for a different version of Minecraft, then you can just browse through the website and find the appropriate version. However, if you download a different version of Minecraft Forge, there may be some differences, so I would recommend using the exact same version that I'm doing this tutorial with. So what you're going to want to do is to download the source and the installer. So the source is going to be for us coding, and the installer is just in case you want to install a version of Minecraft Forge to your current client. So the next thing you're going to want to do is to extract the source into a new folder. So for this we're going to be naming this tutorial workspace. You can name it whatever you want, it doesn't matter. Once it's extracted, if you had that box ticked, it should open it up in a new folder. So what you're going to want to do next is to shift right click and open command window here. There are two commands you're going to want to execute in this folder. setupDecompWorkspace, and depending if you've got Eclipse or IntelliJ, you're going to want to type Gradle idea or Gradle Eclipse. I'll have the commands listed down below, but just follow along based on what you've got. So this command is going to be setting up the workspace. It doesn't matter if you have IntelliJ or Eclipse, you have to do this stage. So once that's done, this is the part where it's different if you're using Eclipse or IntelliJ. I suggest to use IntelliJ, but you can use whatever. They're both free and I've used both before. They're both pretty good tools. Just go with which one you feel is the nicest. So if you've got Eclipse, it's going to be slightly different for you, as I'm going to be setting up for IntelliJ. So the difference between this and Eclipse users is you're going to want to type Eclipse instead of idea if you've got Eclipse. So once that's done, if you've got IntelliJ, you're just literally going to be able to double click this file to open the workspace. But if you've got Eclipse, you're going to need to browse to this folder and open it here. If for some reason you can't open it by double clicking this, then you can just open IntelliJ, click File, Open, and browse until you find the main folder that this is in. It should come up with an IntelliJ logo. Just click Open with that. And that's it for this tutorial. It looks slightly different for you when you open it, so it will look like this. If you want to make it like I have it, just double click the tutorial workspace or whatever you've got it called up here, and it will make this menu pop up. If you don't, then you're going to have to be browsing through it like this. And I personally don't like that as much. So anyway, that's it for this tutorial. In the next one we're going to be going over a few of the basics of programming, such as data types, just to get you to grips with a little bit of the basics before we get into items. That way you can understand what the code's actually doing, rather than just following me blindly. If you want to see more of these tutorials, then don't forget to comment or subscribe to keep an eye out for any more tutorials. I will also be posting on Twitter whenever I release more of these. For the more unique tutorials after I've done the basics, feel free to suggest what I should do. As long as it's not too complex or goes on for too long, I will try to make a tutorial on that if I feel it will benefit a lot of people. So until then, see you guys.